Dealership lots right now are completely full. Most of them have hundreds and hundreds of brand new cars sitting on their lot and they're drowning in floor plan cost. If you didn't know, dealerships actually finance the inventory that sits on their lot. They're not paying cash for all these cars because it could cost $10 to $20 million depending on how many they have. So they use something called a floor plan and it's financing normally 60 to 90 days, low to no interest. After that, it starts ticking up dramatically. So the longer the vehicle sits on the lot, the worse it is for the dealership. The more interest they pay and the bigger discount, obviously, because it's getting older and older sitting on the lot. And I still come across 2024s quite often, especially with domestic manufacturers. It's kind of crazy how much old inventory they have. Some of them have been sitting on their lot for 800 days. Even some 2023s left around. That's pretty crazy to happen. Market adjustments are not everywhere like they just were a few years ago. Now the market has shifted. If you didn't know, you named the vehicle, every dealer was doing a market adjustment over MSRP, or even some of the lucky ones were like, okay, we'll sell it at MSRP, but there were no discounts. 21, 22, 23, some of the hardest times to get discounts because the lots were empty. And so many customers fed right into it and they paid over MSRP, and all these add-ons, they just paid it because they said, where else am I gonna go? But that's what changed. That no longer exists. Even Corvette C8 stacking up on dealership lots, that car always had a market adjustment when it first was released, but now under MSRP, below MSRP. It just goes to show how the market has shifted from a supply issue to now a demand issue. There's not enough people that want to buy these cars. And even the ones that want to buy it, here's the deal with the banks. Now they're starting to decline loans. Everybody's financing. Over 80% of vehicles sold are being financed. 20% are financed for over 84 months. And roughly 20% of payments are over $1,000 a month for your car. That's not even including insurance. And so banks cannot keep approving loans because guess what happened? Now repo rates are skyrocketing. Some of the most repos we've ever had in history. They can't keep giving loans out if people aren't making their payments. It's kind of an issue. So they're going to start restricting more loans or requiring more down payments and stuff like that, which makes it harder for the dealership to sell vehicles because everybody they're selling a vehicle to is most likely going to be on payments. And it just doesn't make sense. You can go to Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You can go everywhere. Ford, General Motors. I can show you $100,000+ vehicles at every single one of them. The whole market has shifted where all these prices went up 50, 60% in just 3 to 4 years. And now we have some rebates back. Yes, most manufacturers below MSRP with some sort of rebates on most of their vehicles. But it's not enough. When you get a 20% discount, but the MSRP was raised 50%, it's just not enough money off. And there's so much negative equity. Over $7,000 is just the average negative equity. They owe more than the car is actually worth. And those are the people that dealerships really thrive on because dealerships make their money not just from selling the car, it's also from selling the warranties, the gap insurances, all this stuff. But guess what? If you're paying cash, the dealership has less opportunity to make money because they can't sell gap insurance and stuff like that. And when it comes to the warranties, cash buyers never buy extended warranties. Very rare. Half the time, finance people won't even try to sell it. And people say, oh, the dealership treated me so nice. They were so nice to me. They discounted all this stuff. And then it's like, yeah, you just bought $10,000 of product in the back finance box. You bought the warranties, the gap insurance, the tire protection, and they just made $10,000 off of you for selling third-party warranties. You cannot let the dealership take advantage of you with that kind of BS stuff. Try to go through a finance box at a car dealership and purchase no product. They treat you completely different. And people are tired of it. They just don't want to buy a car with a dealership considering you got to go through the salesperson, the finance box, all this stuff. It's a very old way of doing things and people are just done with it. This video is sponsored by Lasfit. Lasfit offers high quality floor mats that fit your vehicle perfectly. They have raised edges so if anything happens, they're gonna protect it. They're actually 3D scanned so they fit your vehicle perfectly. And you can see the difference in protection from a standard floor mat to the actual Lasfit all-weather floor mat. Much more protection with that Lasfit all-weather floor mat. Whether you're keeping your current car or getting a new one, you want to go ahead and get some Lasfit all-weather floor mats. And one of the best parts is the price. They are priced much better than the competitors. And you can get 20% off if you click the link in the description and use TOM20. TOM20 for 20% off the Lasfit website. And you can buy with confidence. They have a hassle-free lifetime warranty and they also have great customer service and a 90-day money-back guarantee. It's a good product at a good price. The links are in the description. Don't forget to use the discount code TOM20, and I want to thank Lasfit for sponsoring sharing this video and supporting the channel. But guess what? You can't buy directly from the manufacturer, and I see a world where we have both direct-to-manufacturer sales and third-party dealerships, if the dealerships can stay in business. But your state has something called franchise laws, so you're literally not allowed to buy directly from the manufacturer. Like Ford or General Motors or Toyota, they all have to go through third-party dealerships in almost every state. And the government says they put that law into place to give more competition so dealerships can fight each other with negotiating, and the manufacturer won't have all the power with one dealer. But at the end of the day, if it's a free market, if we're supposed to have a free market, wouldn't you open it up to everybody? So it makes no sense at all. But obviously, it's not that much of a free market if at the end of the day we're not allowed to buy from who we want to. From the manufacturer, we have to go through a third-party dealership for a new vehicle. And some people say, well, what about getting your car serviced? You'll have nowhere to get service. Well, no, the manufacturer can also have a service shop. They would. It would be the same thing. It's just a stupid law in place that restricts us from buying directly from the manufacturer. It's that simple. And it shouldn't be there because we should have a free market. And with half of these dealerships still doing some sort of add-ons, you got to think nitrogen-filled tires, window tint for $5,000. They still do add-ons today with their lot completely full, even though most of the time they'll remove it so quick because they're so desperate for customers right now. But they wouldn't have removed it a few years ago because their lot was empty. That's the difference in the car market. It has shifted. It just is nowhere near enough, and these dealerships need to get what they deserve. But some of them definitely are, considering they got hundreds and hundreds of new cars sitting on the lot and they have so much floor planning going on. It's costing them so much dang money and interest. But if you go to the right dealer, most of them are well below MSRP, but most people are saying it's not enough money off. Let me know what you think. We got crazy overpriced vehicles. Dealerships took full advantage of the car market a few years ago, but now it's all changed. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great day and stay blessed.